I'm back at R Squared 3D's first demo build in Texas, and they've painted it blue, started to put the roof on. We're gonna talk to their founders, Jason, Chris, and learn about how the rest of this project went, what they're going to build next, and the different groups and achievements that they've had to accomplish in order to complete this structure without permits, ultimately to help them get the approvals that they'll need to build a structure with permits later in the future.
All right, I'm back here with Jason Jones, and you guys finished your house, painted it blue. We're gonna take a look through. I'm gonna grab the camera and just follow you, and that's cool.
Absolutely. After we had printed up to about here on the first try, tore it down, got rid of it. Came out and printed, I want to say about 15 layers. Took us a total print time. I didn't clock it specifically, but I want to say we were somewhere between 4.5 and 5 hours of printing. Then the next day we came out to print. We did a little bit of a hybrid of a early morning and a full day. We started at 7, printed until about 1:32. Had really beautiful temperature and humidity that day. And so we got to from here up to about right here, and then the next day we printed was significantly longer. That was a pretty long, good, it was 8+ hours of printing, straight printing. And then the last of it stopped right here, just below the window lintel. And so we did another probably about 15 layers to bring us up to the top.
And before we take a look inside, you mentioned you didn't backfill the whole thing. You used columns, enabling you just to backfill portions. Correct.
Yeah. So we worked with our architect and engineer to work out these columns here. We've got 3, 1 on each corner. It's a small 508 square foot house. We also have a printed filled little corkscrew on the inside that we use to help support that corner, or the rounded corner.
Okay.
As you can see, there's some spots that you know, we started to chatter away at it and clean up some boogers. You've seen probably on our live video, the live video that you did, we had an issue with the hose. Sometimes we run into, you know, you're running real smooth and then you forget that hose is dangling down. And so some of these spots are hit with the hose, or were start stops that we had to get over.
Yeah, I've still never seen a perfect hose management system.
We're working on it. We're real close. Anyways, these are relatively simple to patch and fix. It's still supported on the inside, so it's a patch, seal, paint. Just some rough outs on the openings here, on the doors, windows, just kind of give you an idea. You can frame out around the rounded corners and case and stain paint, make it look just like a regular house. So the goal of this project here, our demo house, is in an effort to kind of demystify the 3D concrete printed world in this construction. What we wanted to do is show you can drill into the wall. You need masonry bits that they currently make already. Drill into the wall, input your outlet box, run your electrical through the wall. Same coming into the kitchen or the windows. Windows you can either fill in with a bigger window, or you can go smaller.
You left yourself a lot of options with that window frame. You could have gone any size.
Any size, yeah. Setting up the framing, the cabinets, they all affix this similarly, right? You're gonna need anchoring lag bolts or something that would go up against the concrete, but you can frame out, you run your plumbing here and here for your washer, dryer, sink. All of those, of course, will be, the slab's the same. The walls are what's different, right? We're able to use what is already proven, tested, and established, and we can use this new technology to help drive that forward all at the same time. All of these elements can be moved forward at the same time up here. A lot of this is going to be, this house is going to be imagination, right? Because we're showcasing the wall and some of the other elements, but since we don't have drains and we don't have the plumbing run, we're not doing the HVAC, water, electrical run out here, we wanted to really give an idea and an opportunity, plenty of blank wall for people to come out here themselves if you want to come drill a hole in the wall and see what it would be like for putting the plumbing through the wall. We can run it up through the inside here and show you how we do that. But anyways, this will be the bathroom. You get a little bit of an idea of all of this space. Again, entries are all the same.
What's going on, Chris?
Hey.
Hey. Chris is always hard at work. And again, finished out box, electrical run through. We have these set up in 3 different stages. Your wall switch, wall outlet, and how that would go into the wall, and then of course you're open with the wiring so that you can see that. This would of course get sealed, get foamed. It's flashed on the outside.
So this was a really great learning experience for you guys, like the best learning experience you could possibly get, hands-on building these systems, having the teams out of your, you had fire marshal and different people from the municipality?
We had different fire departments out here that are interested. It was initially they wanted to see it and get an idea of what this really is, right?
So now that you guys have this completed, what's the next thing you're looking for? Do you have a customer, the next project you're lining this printer up for? Are you looking for that?
All right, so we're working on an 85 house project here in Martindale and using the knowledge and the years, the decades of expertise that these gentlemen have amassed, putting that together with a whole new implementation for wall construction and how we can get those to marry, how we can lift up the tradesman community, maybe entice some folks. We're about to get a robotic arm also.
Nice.
So that'll help us really go twofold. And our goal is to print the exterior on site and then have the interior pieces printed either on site in a temporary structure or off site close that we can transport here with all of the elements that you're going to need. Ultimately, I think the best is a gantry and a robotic arm or a gantry with a robotic.
What would the next steps be if this was a permanent house?
Of course, we'd have to throw up our rafters, you know, get ready for the finished product up in the attic, you know, give us something to attach our drywall for the ceiling and stuff too, area for the HVAC, electrical, plumbing, everything. You know, all of our MEP stuff's going to go in the attic. So really beyond that, I mean, it's pretty much close to a finished project, but there would be some stuff that we would do different. I mean, this house is our practice makes perfect project.
What's one thing that went well, you guys liked, one thing didn't go well?
What went well is when we were able to finally dial in our printing process and material, printer speed and all of that, versus what the weather was giving us that day. And as you can see, I mean, just with like any other company, you're going to see your different layers depending on what happened. And so we can look back and be like, oh, well, the first time we did it, it was this temperature, this humidity, at this time of day, and then this one, of course, was hotter. We had some issues with the humidity, you know, drying out too fast or not enough water in the mix, and then we improved upon it. So we tried different things. So we know where to go next time, if we're going to leave a raw wall. Something like this, I mean, some people may want to cover it up. I like it. I like leaving the flaws. It's like those little imperfect bubbles in your glassware to show that it was made by hand. But yeah, we've learned a lot in the process, and we did leave it open and raw so that people can see the mistakes and see what it actually does take to build a house like this. It's not easy. It's not hard. It does take a lot of time, but you know, for being our first one, I'm pretty proud of it for what it is.
And if you had done it by hand, I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here. Yeah, that's right.
Anything else maybe about Star Wars? I heard a rumor about the color, something in Star Wars.
Yeah, I think he modeled it after it's Imperial Navy blue. I didn't realize that until after we started painting it, and I'm like, okay,
good guys, bad guys,
bad guys. Yeah, no, it's a great color, and like I say, we practiced, played around with some stuff. I mean, this isn't a traditional way to build a house with rough lumber trim and whatnot, but like the cabinet frame and this, we just wanted to give people kind of an idea of what you can do. Leave it open. You can kind of see how things are put together, the outlets, how they're ran. And once people come out here and see it, they're like, oh, that makes sense. Like, it's just like every other wall. And of course it is. You know, there's really not that much difference between how other things are done in traditional construction versus, you know, how we're implementing them in this process.
Although I think your friends back home probably get a little more excited about this than a regular construction project.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, something new and different. But, you know, we're taking small strides that are equating to much larger strides in the bigger grand scheme of things. This doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, it's a small little house out in the middle of a cow pasture, but where this is going to project us, we don't know where it's going to take us, but I know it's going to be big. Same as everybody. I mean, this industry is growing so fast. I mean, we need everyone that we can participating to make this make a dent in the housing crisis that we're having. Here we go. Oh, well, that is planned. Solid.
Monolithic.
In, fella. Takes a little bit.
Real benefit of this is to demystify 3D concrete printing. It is exciting. It's fantastic, and the potential for this is what wakes me up every morning outside of my 3 kids and my wife. But one of the longer or bigger bridges that we're going to run into is adaptation and adoption from the customer, right? We've had printer companies, we've had large developers, we've had material folks that tell you this can be done. And for right now, I think for a lot of folks, especially us as guys who came in as contractors, builders who want to do this, the idea here is an opportunity for people to put their hands on it, to come out, put holes in the wall with us, come drill, come see what tools you have at your disposal now that you can use here on this concrete wall. We'll tear these boxes out and let your framer come out and put their own box in here.
How long do they have to come check it out before you blow it up?
Probably Valentine's Day.
All right, yeah. Sounds good. So you guys heard him. Go check this out. Go to the website. I'm sure there'll be a way to figure out when you can stop by.
Absolutely. We'll have a sign-up page on there. We'll get a calendar so that everybody can pick some slots, and we'll make some time out through the holidays also for folks. But most likely between now and Valentine's Day, we'll have tradesmen out here of all sorts. We'll have a couple more fire departments out here. We're going to set this thing on fire. We're going to have a lot of fun with it and put it to its paces. Everybody in this industry has a role, and I think this is ours. This is a fantastic time to live, really. I'm excited at the potential that this has. Concrete is a placeholder word right now. The materials that we can mix together to make not only a better house, a stronger house, a more efficient house, but we can take a lot of that secondary burden and maybe some of that cost off of people with their energy bills, with maintenance, with the cost of home ownership, right? And see what we can't spark from there.
Yeah, it's great to hear, man. And the pace of improvement is excellent as well. You don't see that with traditional construction. So I can't wait to see what you guys are able to produce in the coming years.
Me too.
Thanks for having me out here, man.
Absolutely.